Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Dwellings by Dani, the YouTube channel where we go over everything, all things real estate related, so you can get out there and shine in this very competitive market. My name is Danielle Spady, and today I wanted to show you my seller's guide. I showed you my first-time homebuyer guide, and I was like, you know what? I need to show them my seller's guide. So sit back, relax, and enjoy my seller's guide. Basically, I will be, I just wanted something similar to my first time home buyer guide. I just wanted something for people to flip through themselves, just so, if they're not ready to talk to me yet, but they want to understand a little bit more about what goes on, this would be a great guide for you or for them. So I have my contents. It's about 40 pages long. I think I have one here somewhere, but yeah, I just wanted to, start off by, introducing myself. Listing is a big deal, so I definitely want people to get to know me as well as I get to know them. I go through a little bit about the home selling process. Obviously, we would go through this during a seller consultation or a listing consultation. I go through the big factors in terms of pricing, actually the listing, how it shows, and then marketing, how we're going to get the buyers. I go through listing strategy, from advertisement to updates to pre-inspection, preparing your house to list. If you're living at your house and you're like, oh shoot, I want to stage my house, but I have all this stuff, we can definitely, we'll work with your stuff and we'll stage with it. Or we can always move it to a storage facility and we can get some stagers in and bring in some pretty furniture. I go through the benefits of staging and what it does. It's one thing for a house to be completely blank, completely vacant, where everything is nice and white, clean and bright, where people can imagine themselves being there. But staging, it just takes it to a whole new level where you get that cozy feeling. People walk in and they can imagine themselves there. And it really does make a difference. Looking at so many houses myself, in my experience, the houses that are completely empty, lived in and staged, obviously the one that is staged, it stands out a lot more, and from my experience gets a lot more offers in hand. I get into photography and videography. The new thing these days is to do like a virtual tour. Because of COVID, a lot of people don't want to go into open houses, so hopefully that will be changing here soon, but that is still a thing. Aerial shots, I always recommend drone shots, and drone photos really kind of gives the buyers just an idea of what it looks like around the house, because it's one thing to have beautiful listing photos, it's another to show up to the house and be like, oh, the neighbor's house is an inch away from the bathroom window kind of thing. So it kind of just gives you a better scope of the actual area. Property brochures. So that's really kind of where it gets into my marketing and my strategy. So I don't want to go over too much of that and spoil too much, but just knowing that, we have those options out there for, door knocking, postcard blast out, email blast out, that kind of thing when it gets to marketing. I'm hoping this slide will be gone here soon with COVID ending. But we'll see. We are required to follow all federal laws and rules when it comes to COVID. Masks required at all times, that kind of thing. Not sitting on furniture and just being respectful and not touching countertops and everything. This gets into marketing and all the different strategy with that. I'll go over showings. Most people aren't used to strangers coming into their house and poking and prying. So that's definitely something to prep for, and, think about your animals and your personal possessions and stuff like that, just to make the overall experience, good, as good it can be with people coming through your house. We go through, offer strategy, what happens in a multiple offer situation. I go through that and that process. The options with offers and negotiating, accepting, denying, countering kind of thing. It can get really overwhelming really quickly. Home inspections, especially now where home inspections is such an important part of the process. A lot of people are doing pre-inspections as sellers so that they can share that report with buyers in hopes that they waive their inspection contingency. I'll go through all of that. It kind of gets tricky with the forms and the legality of it. It gets kind of tricky. And then once we're under contract, I'll go through the process of the home appraisal, title, escrow, earnest money, all of those things, final steps, closing out utilities, cleaning the house, removing your personal items. I go through some reviews from some sellers in the past. And I kind of flipped through that pretty quickly, but it's pretty beefy. It's about 40 pages. There's a lot of info. I kind of just wanted to give you guys a little teaser. If you would like a copy of this, feel free to reach out to me. If you have my contact info, reach out to me. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. And as the wonderful Brene Brown would say, stay awkward, brave, and kind.